Well, hello once again. Gotta love Thursdays. That means it is time for our Team Transform Hangout. We get together every week at this time, 2 o'clock Pacific time, 5 o'clock Eastern. My name is Sue Susie. With us on the panel, we have all women. It's not really on purpose, just kind of worked out that way. We have men on our team. They just don't come to Hangouts as often. But what I always find very cool is that we are such an international panel. And just kind of working from the start, we've got Carol over there in New York. Hey, Carol.
Hi.
Cheryl, who is going to be doing our training today. I'll introduce you to her in a second, but just a quick hello to Cheryl over in San Diego.
Hello.
And we've got Helen, who is in California as well.
Hi.
Ellie, who is just giving us the little cold shoulder today with the. We know she's in there somewhere, but Ellie is down the hall from Carol and in New York as well, obviously. And then we go a little further. We've got Terry working in her backyard, as she always is. It's bright and early where she is in Australia, so she's working in the backyard, kids bouncing around everywhere. And then lovely Victoria in the UK.
Hi, Victoria.
So it's we love to show you our team each week because we are, while we are from all different parts of the world, we are so connected. We meet every week at this time. We know and love each other as if we're family. And, most of us haven't even met in person. And so to be able to create that kind of environment and atmosphere and community and work on this together has been just a really awesome thing for all of us. So we really like to show you that when we do our Hangouts as well, that, we know what it's like to try to build a business, maybe make a little extra income, maybe even if it's just a few $100s a week or a month that you want to make just to help out your family, or maybe you want to leave your job forever and, create a large, massive income online. We know that that's really, really hard when you're doing it on your own. Sure, the information is there, but when you're trying to figure some stuff out, sometimes you get stuck, or sometimes you get discouraged or lost, and when you don't have anybody to turn to when you're in that situation, it's pretty easy to quit. And that's what happens to a lot of people. And so what we've found is when you do have a community like this, people that you can mastermind with and run ideas by and learn with together, you just have so much more success, and you're that much less likely to quit because you've got this whole team backing you and supporting you and giving you that little push or that little boost when you need it. So we're Team Transform, and every week we do this. For the first half of the hour here, we feature one of our awesome team members doing some great training because we're always learning. We're constantly learning different things that we can do online, different strategies and ways to grow our business. And so when we learn stuff, we turn around and we teach it to you. And so we do that for the first half of our Hangout. And then the second half, it gets really fun, and we close the doors and we mastermind and we work together and talk about where we're at and maybe what we're stuck on, and we help each other out. So that's a really cool part that you get to be a part of when you do join our team. So if that's something that you're thinking about, enjoy what we've got today. Certainly get back to the person who sent you to this Hangout, talk to them how you can become a part of this. We would welcome you with open arms. We're having a blast here, and that's really a big part of what it's all about too. You got to have fun, right? And it's hard to do that when you're working by yourself all the time. So without any further ado, I'm going to pass it along to a woman who, I got to say, I am so proud to see what she's been through lately. She's been working for somebody else for a long, long time, doing very well and building her business on the side, doing marketing and sinking her teeth into lots of different things. And she has finally taken that huge leap of faith that I know you watching may even be thinking that you want to do sometime. And she has left her job, said goodbye to that. It's day one of being a full-time entrepreneur. She just told me she was like booked solid till 9 o'clock tonight, no breathing room for her for a while yet. And what I love about Cheryl is that she likes to stay on top of what's going on in social media and what people are doing and what different tips and tricks are happening. And she really soaks up that information and has a really wonderful way of sharing that. She's a great trainer, and we had her on doing some training already, and she blew us all away with ways to market our blog. So very excited about what she's got for us today. Pinterest is one of those things that if you're not really involved in it, it's like, okay, I get it, like we pin stuff, but then what? Like, how can that possibly help our business? So Cheryl's going to show us. And with no further ado, let's give it to you, Cheryl. Take it away.
Thanks, Sue. Yeah, it is an exciting day for me today. So I'm a little bit super high energy going on with my crazy day, but I definitely want to share some good Pinterest information with you guys, and hopefully I can get this all across for you. So to start off, I just want to talk about how we use Pinterest to be able to market and grow your business. There's a lot. I mean, like, everybody knows about Pinterest. Not everybody really knows what you can do with it. Pinterest is something where people can go and they can just share pictures, share recipes, things like that. A lot of people just play with it like that. But if you actually want to use it to be able to market, you can do that too. And it's really successful because 70% of people on Pinterest are actually looking at things that they may purchase at some point. 1 in 5 people actually do buy what they pin. So if your business is something that has to do with a product that you're selling, and even information that you're selling, everything that we do as a business, you're selling something. And if you're able to get people to take a look at those pins, and they're sharing your pins, and those get shared so many times over and over, ultimately somebody's going to be clicking on your pictures, and they're going to see where those go. So I'm going to teach you real quickly. I'll just go over how to set up an account. Let me go ahead and I'm going to do a quick screen share so I can just get you in a beginning page here. Maybe not. There we go. Let's see. Can you guys see the Pinterest page?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So on the Pinterest page there, this is how you would start. This is where you go to. It's Pinterest.com. And on Pinterest.com, they've actually made it even easier. You can sign up with your Facebook. You can sign up with your email. And on those pages, sorry, I've got screens over top of screens. I don't know what you guys are seeing. Are you just on the Pinterest page?
There's something
Okay.
Yep, just on the registration page where you can.
Perfect. That's what I want you guys to see. Okay, so if you wanted to, if you don't already have an account, you do have on the page where you can click to log in now, which is down here. And then you can also sign up just with your email or through your Facebook. And it's actually, I recommend doing it through your Facebook because then it connects. When you're connected through your Facebook, it also will show on your Facebook whenever you pin something. So that's kind of important also. Basically, once you get signed up, I'm going to log in because I'm already on there and I want to be able to show you guys some things. So let's do it. I'm just going to, every time I go in, I'm just going to log in. Okay, so when you go to, once you get logged in, you're going to go to a blank page. I mean, a page is going to show a lot of different pins from a lot of different people. The more people you follow, the more pins you're going to see. So you want to follow people that have similar interests and similar businesses to yours. And then you can take that information and be able to share that on your own pages. It also will give you ideas for blog posts and things like that. So it helps in your business to be sharing the same things and following the same things that you're putting out there. So that's one thing. But once you get signed up, you're going to set up some pages. Let me go over to mine so I can show you guys what they look like. So you're going to start out with your profile. Profile is pretty basic. If you want to if you want to edit your profile, all it's asking for is basic information. Your name, a picture of you, whatever you want that to be. Or if your business is not specifically about you, you want to put a logo, you want to put something like that, you can do that. And now these are for personal pages. I'm going to talk about these first. A username, so that can be a business name, your personal name, whatever you like to do. I'm branding different things around myself, so I'm doing it with my name. And a little about you. Now, it only lets you put 160 on here. So if you go above or go past that, it's going to give me a red box at some point. It's going to tell me that I'm past it. I'm going to have too many. Okay, I lied. It's not going to, but it gives you 160 characters that you can put in. So you want to put something catchy, something where you're connecting with people. So mine says, I love to share, enjoy my boards and pins, and feel free to repin, comment, and connect with me anytime. Happy pinning, because that's really important to make sure that they are connecting with you and having it right there. It's like giving someone more of a direction of what they want to do, what they should be doing. So, but basically, then after that, you're going to start searching. You'll search for people, and I've got some strange things in here that I've been searching for. If I'm looking for a certain clock that I've looked for a million of these, you're going to go to these and you'll see where they're coming from if people have done them correctly. Now, some of these are just people sharing, and they're just sharing pictures that they like. But if you click on some of them, it's actually they're using hashtags, so they're giving the company name. You click on it, it's going to go to their page. That's what we want to do once we get more things on there. So I'm going to back up a little bit, and I want to go back to just my board directly. So I'm going to talk about how to organize your content and how to brand your pins. So this is a couple of things here. I have a lot of different pages because the way I do it is I'm using it on my personal page, but I'm also doing it for business. So because I have different blogs, I have a separate blog for each, or a separate board. These are called boards when you have a certain thing that you're interested in. So I'll just give you a sample one of this is gardening ideas. So these are all things that I found interesting in gardening. Now this is a hobby. This is not what I'm doing as a business. I don't have this as one of my blogs quite yet. It might be eventually, but right now this is just general. I like to do this because it increases followers. When you put other things on there that are not necessarily directly related to business, you're going to get more and more followers to your page. Typically people will repin something of yours, and then it will ask them if they want to follow you. When they do that, they're going to follow everything. So they can follow all your pages or just one board. But most times they're going to end up following you completely. So then you want to start adding boards. I'm going to use this one as an example. This is I'm going to turn this into my real estate one actually, because I was just using it as a San Diego page. But it's Living and Loving San Diego. When you go here, it shows you all the different things that I've pinned. Now most of these things have come from my blog. You can tell which ones have and which ones haven't. So on this one, this is my son and my niece. We were at the beach one day, and I had done a check-in on Foursquare. It also sends it to other social media sites, so these are important too, to do all your check-ins. But this was my son and my niece enjoying the afternoon at Mission Beach. So just a little comment. You want to make sure you put a little something on there about what the post is and a link. And then when you click on it, it's going to send the person, first of all, to here. It shows a map. If it's a place that you're talking about, this is why I want to use it for real estate, because it shows all the places. And then if you actually click on the picture, it's going to send over directly to my blog. And you scroll down, it's going to go down to that specific post that I had done. Oh. So a few things with that. You want to make sure that you are branding. So if you notice, my website is livingandlovingsandiego.com. I go over to my board. My board is also Living and Loving San Diego. My Facebook page is also the same. I have the same thing as a Facebook page. And that's the way that I'm branding. You don't necessarily have to have somebody do like crazy graphics and do like a specific logo and things like that, depending on your business. Now, if you have a brick and mortar business and you're trying to brand something like that, it's important to do. But with the way that a lot of us as internet marketers do our business, we do different things, and we want to be able to brand them different ways. So I'm using the same name in all the social media places. Now, I also have the same thing for a paleo site. I also have the same thing for different boards that I have here. Let me go back to my boards and I'll show you. How-to videos. Now this one is separate different because I started putting all the different training videos here. And people looking for how-tos, Pinterest ranks pretty high. It's not quite as high, I don't think, yet as YouTube is, but it does rank, and they started letting us put videos in recently. So I started a whole board just on how-to videos. Now these are mostly, I think these are all my videos, but I'm going to start pinning some other ones from other people, and that will get more attention to those, and they'll see mine at the same time. Sunny San Diego Chicks is another one that this is a group that I'm involved with. Anytime you click on it, it's going to do the same thing, and it's going to send me over to my blog page. So it's important to make sure when you pin something that you put the link of what it is on there. So let me show you how you edit this. When you put a pin, it's going to ask you for what board you want to put it on, the description of it, and then the source. And this source needs to be your blog page or your website. You don't want it to be pinned from somewhere else or just a picture put on with no link. because otherwise it's not going to link anywhere when someone clicks on it. So those are other important things to do. The best way of doing this is when you write a blog post, you want to pin it to your board, so the main things you need to include is a brief summary or a quote, something from the article, whatever it is that you're writing about. You want to have a little bit of everything on there, and then that way people are going to see it. An image that represents your post is important. So if it's not actually something on your page, you can still choose a picture, label it correctly with what the post is so that it catches the SEO, the search engines catch it, because that does help. And then you want to pin it yourself. You can load a picture. Let me see if I can just show you how we can do that. So let's see, I want to add another pin here. I'm going to upload a pin from up here. Now I can take an image right from my computer. So I can do that. When you do, I'm not going to do it right now, but when you do that, it will allow you to put a link in there. So if you're just doing a picture that's not on your blog page, upload a really good graphic that will represent your subject of that blog post. I still recommend putting the picture, taking the pictures directly from your blog, but you don't always have to do that. You can use just a regular picture for that. Hope that makes sense. All right, and then let me see what I'm missing here. Okay, I want to show you two things. Let me go back here just a minute. So the difference in just pinning. Okay, so when you go to this page was not pinned from my blog. If somebody were to click on it, yeah, it's got great information and all, but if they click on this, it's not going to go to my blog page because I don't have that information here. On the other hand, I have a separate page that is a San Diego page. So I'm going to be correcting that, but I noticed this earlier, so I want to show you guys. On my San Diego page, the exact same picture, it shows pinned from livingandlovingsandiego.com. So it's showing where these are coming from. Same thing with all of these other pictures. These are going back straight back to my blog. So that's really important to make sure that those are on there. And these city pages and things like this are cool because they will actually let you choose where the place is. So you can click a place, you can add a city. So if I'm going to put San Diego, I can choose City of San Diego. I can put Balboa Park, San Diego, and it actually knows where things are. I can connect it, and now that's tagged to my picture. And people start sharing these, it gets all over. They're going to see where it is, they're interested in San Diego, and they click on it, click on the picture, and where does it take them? It goes right back to my blog. So that's how we're directing traffic back to your blog by using Pinterest. That's the biggest reason for using it. Now, about using a business page instead, a business page is best if they use it as a catalog. They can pin all their pictures, the things that they want to sell. So let's say you have a business like, I don't know, like Pottery Barn. They're branding with it. They're branding a business page, they're branding it with their name, and it's something people get familiar with, and then they've got all their products on there. When somebody clicks on that, it's going to go back to their website with their catalog. If that's the type of business you have, it's a great idea to do a business page. The other thing about a business page is that it does have Pinterest analytics. So you can track what's coming in, what people are clicking on, and it does give you some great information to be able to just basically track what's going on with your site and what your business page is doing, like you would on your regular website. One thing is they do make you verify your website and verify that it's your website. With my domain name on my blog, I have not been able to get that to work yet. And I'm researching that a little bit more. So I do plan to do a separate business page just for my real estate. I want to test that out and see how well it works. But I also need to figure out the issues with that. And once I do that, I'm going to do a whole nother training just specifically on Pinterest business pages. So that'll be another thing. So the last thing is connecting with your followers. You want to make sure that you're not just throwing a bunch of stuff out there, because it's really not going to do you much good if you're not communicating and talking to people. You can look on some pages, somebody will have something really cool here. You can go in and click on something, and it always allows you to comment. So I could go in here and comment and say, hey, Kelly, that looks like a great recipe, and I'm looking forward to more, something like that. It's not all about just getting your information out there. It's just like on Facebook. We need to talk to people. We need to communicate. We need to be able to interact and be active. That's the whole idea of Pinterest, is sharing each other's information, communicating, and being really active. And being, social is basically what it is. But Pinterest definitely, their etiquette on Pinterest dictates that you share also free things. You don't want to just go in there and start sharing a ton of things trying to sell people on stuff. Nobody's going to follow you. Nobody's going to interact. It's more about sharing great information and things that people actually see and find value with. And your pictures need to be, you can notice kind of looking through, they're great pictures. The best ones are the ones that have graphic or have words on them. So this one here is a good example. 10 useful things to do with your old egg cartons. Okay, I would probably click on that because I'm really interested in something like that. And I'm going to go to that website and I'm going to go see what it is. So putting things on there where you're going to put labels is just a great idea for people to scroll, because this exactly what I'm doing now is what people do. They're going to scroll, they're going to scroll, they're going to see what jumps out at them, what looks interesting, and then they're going to click on it to go see what it is. Oh, a natural citrus cleaner. I would check on that. I probably follow a lot of these people because of the type of things that they post. So once you get more, you're following other people, they'll always follow you back. So that's another way of you're building up more and more people that you're following and able to talk with. Okay, I just lost part of my page. Let me go back. I do want to show you one more thing really quickly as soon as I find it. Okay, these are all my pages. If you guys are interested in any of them, feel free to follow and ask me any other questions. I have one thing I'm looking for. Do you guys have any questions while I'm doing this real quick?
Sorry, I would like a little bit of clarification about when you were doing the blog post. So you're blogging, pinning, and it came from Foursquare. So what was the sequence of events there? What did you do? Like, where did the check-in from Foursquare connect with the blog to connect with Pinterest? Like, how did those three?
They're all connected, not with my blog, but the Foursquare is connected with Pinterest. And when I did my check-in on there, and then I posted it, and then I honestly can't really answer that real clearly how it is connected to it. If someone else knows Pinterest here that's on the panel also, feel free to jump in. But I just know that when you do check-ins and you connect with your Pinterest, and you kind of have to connect all of your things together, and I believe on Foursquare is what does that. I think it's through Foursquare, not Pinterest. Okay. Someone correct me if I'm wrong on that, but I believe that it does that.
Cool.
Sorry, not sure if that made sense. I'm not finding the one thing that I was going to show you guys, so.
I had something to add.
Sure.
It was just that then if you're writing a blog post and then you go to put an image in, they say it's good to then just go to Pinterest and get the URL to put that into your blog post. So it's not just Pinterest connecting to your blog post, but the blog post itself that you're writing, you use the URL of the image that's in Pinterest. So you're building the bridge both ways. Does that make sense?
You're very good. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you want, and that's the whole point about being able to connect. You're right. I'm glad you said that, Terry, because I had forgotten that. But you definitely want to connect everything from every social media site. You want to connect back to each other. So it's the same thing with Pinterest. If you're logging in through Facebook, it also connects to your Facebook. So when I put a pin on Pinterest, it's going to show up on Facebook and say, Cheryl just pinned, and it'll show what it is that I pinned. So when you're pinning something from your blog onto Pinterest, it's going to show up on Facebook. And like you said, Terry, if you put that in your blog post in the first place to see your pins, That's really good. Another thing too, oh, I know another thing I wanted to make sure to mention, and it goes along with that, is if you're able to on your websites or your blogs, you want to make sure that you have pin buttons on there. So when people are on your pages, they can just click the button that says pin it. It'll say pin it. You click on it, and it will send people. It'll automatically pin it onto their boards, and that that helps you out too. There's some blogs like our Empower Network one right now does not have a pin button on it that I've been able to see. If you guys know of a way to do that, let me know. But I don't think there is. But what you can do. Let me try to see if you can see this on the top of my screen. Hold on 1 second here. Okay, can you see? Can you see up at the top here, this little button here? You can do a toolbar pin it button. So no matter what pages you're on, it's way up here in the top corner. If I wanted to pin something from any other page, so let me go to my blog page. Let's go here. Let's say I want to pin this picture. You have to go to Pinterest, and it will just do a search for pin it toolbar, and you can load that on, and you click on this. It opens up your page, and it'll show you all the things possible on that page that you can pin. So if I wanted to pin, I don't know, these are already on my page, but let's say I wanted to pin this one. You hover over it. It comes up with a little button that says pin it. You click on it, and then you choose which board you want to put that on. So if I put it anywhere, I'll just put it there, and then it just says Chicks Connect Creed. That's the definition. I mean, that's the description for that. But I would probably add a little bit more. I would put Connect with Chicks on SanDiegoChicks.com, and maybe a Facebook page. If I could type. Yeah, I can't do my name. There we go. So you want a description, a little bit of information, and a link to wherever you want it to go. When you're also pinning, you can also post to Facebook and Twitter at the same time. So that's another way that it's sharing. It's going out to all of your different social media sites when you're using all of these connected. So you want to make sure you're on all of them, I guess is my point, because you want to connect them. I rarely ever go on Twitter, but I can connect this is going to go to Twitter. So this post is going to go there. I don't even go there, but it's going to go on there, and it'll connect. So I'll just click pin it. And it's going to ask me if I want to see it. I can click there if I wanted to go see that pin. So that's another way. If your blog or you're not able to get a pin it button on your actual site, get that toolbar where you can do the pin it on there. And I'm going to see if I have anything else for you guys. Any more questions? So we covered connecting. We covered how to. Oh, let me give you a little bit on organizing a little bit more. I talked about connecting them with the same names of the labeling. Sorry, on the labels. Let me notes on it. One thing you want to do is, if you're going to do a page like I do a personal page, but I have business on it also. They're mixed in. I have them all mixed, but you do want to have your business ones at the top, like you would say above the fold on a website. You want to have them in the sections. So the ones that are actually my business ones are the Paleo site, my Living and Loving San Diego, my Sunny San Diego Chicks, and then videos. These are all included too. So you want to keep these up at the top so when someone goes to your page, that's the first thing they see. And everything else, I mean, I started this before I started business, so I have a lot of things on here, but just different things to get different attention or different interests from different people to follow you. And then you can add more and more business pages if you want to. So I think that's all I have. Anybody else have any other questions?
Cool, good stuff. Yeah, any questions?
Amazing. Yay. Wow.
I'll do another one on just business when I get the business page going a little bit better. I'm just struggling with it a little bit with my blog, so I want to see how I can get it all connected, and then I'll share that with you guys too.
Cool.
Well,
Well, like
great,
you
Cheryl.
said,
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
like
you.
you said,
Thank you so much.
it's personal for your business in the meantime, right? I mean, you should
Mm.
be anyway,
Yeah.
doing both, right?
Yep.
Awesome. Anybody else have questions?
Ellie, no questions?
Yeah. Quiet. Well, that was really good. It was really thorough, Cheryl. So if there's no questions, I think everybody just has a much better understanding. And I love it was very concise and to the point. So awesome. So I guess we'll say goodbye to those of you watching right now. Thank you very much to Cheryl
Bye.
Hampton doing the training today. My name is Sue Susie. We are Team Transform, and we do this every week at this time, 2 o'clock Pacific time, 5 o'clock Eastern. We will do this again next week. Who's up?
Whose turn?
We'll have to figure that out.
Terry.
Terry's up. Okay, so we'll get some great training from Terry Nicholson from her backyard in Australia next week.
Yay.
And again, if you like what you see here and you resonate with us and you think, wow, wouldn't it be cool to hang out with these gals and learn stuff about business and build it together, then make sure you get back to the person who sent you here, or click on the link or the button below to join our team if there happens to be one. Message any of us if you've got questions. And thank you so much for watching. We'll see you again next week. And now we're off to our private mastermind. So bye for now.
Bye.
Yeah.